Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari Yasudanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasudanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari Yasudanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yasudanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari Yasudanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasudanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yasudanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Panchatattva 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 Jaya Panchatattva. Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Brajikacharya Satarsa Shri Shrimada's Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 3, text number 31. The chapter is entitled, The Appearance of Lord Shri Krishna. So today is special for me, because I'm sitting up here today rather than out there. So when you get to sit here, you can make certain requests that you can't make when you sit there. So today, when we chant the verse, I want everyone who is from a country which you are all from, and this is not because we're bragging about where we're from. I want to show everybody here, everybody listening on Mayapur TV, that we are truly the international society for Krishna consciousness. So I would like somebody from every country represented here to chant the sloka. And before you chant, I would like you to say what country you are from. Now, if somebody from Bali chants the sloka, that means nobody else from Bali can chant the sloka. So, first in, best dressed. Does everybody understand that analogy? First in, you get to do it if you're first. Now, I notice there are a lot of Chinese devotees here. Yes, lots of you. So the first one who chants the sloka gets to do it. Now, you can do it together. That's okay. But you only get one chanting shloka from China. Okay? Everyone gets this? Now, as a special bonus, for the devotees born in India, you get to say the state that you are from. Okay? Does everybody from India understand this? And this is how we will chant the shloka today. Is everybody with me? You can say something to respond. Is everybody with me? Okay. America. Vishvam yad etat svatano vishante Yatavakasham Purusha Parobavan Bibarti Soyam Mama Garba Gobud Aho Nirlokashya Vidambanam Hitat Vishvam Yad Etat Svatano Vishante Yatava Kasham Purusha Parobavan Bibarti Soyam Mama Garba Gobud Aho Nirlokasya Vidambanam Hitat. Don't be shy, please. Thank you, West Bengal. Finland. Finland wins. Now Finland. Where are you from? No. He already went. You get one West Bengal. Somebody else. Switzerland. Can you see the board? There's two Switzerland. Fight. Thank you. Eugene. New Delhi. There you go. Okay, you just saved the twins. Thank you. UK. Somebody else? Chennai. Kazakhstan. I can see 3 devotees right off the top here. You got to sing it out. Don't raise your hand. It's not like that. Australia, mate. Go ahead. Sorry. One more. No more Indian, sorry. No more Indian. Where? Nepal. You should have gone. Okay, now I would just like all those remaining countries who did not chant the sloka just to say where you're from. No, give me the exact. Bali. Well, I know, but it's like saying, anyway, Bali. I'm pointing to you, yes? Yes, Kamalakanta. Jakarta. Brazil. Russia. No, really? We have Russian. Where are you from? Anantaguranga. Chile. Come on, get with the program. Where else? Do I have anybody else? I have a China over here. China, thank you. Israel. We got 2 Israels. There's another one behind you there. There's a, sorry, in the back there. Yes. Italy, thank you. Portugal. This really is an international society, isn't it? Okay, Mataji's.
Spain.
Chant. Brazil. That's it? Everybody else is all from the countries already spoken for, Spain and Brazil. There's no devotees from China here? I can see like 15. Nobody wants to chant. top marks for originality. Thank you. Okay. I would like just anybody from another country to please sing out where you are from. Ukraine. Sweden.
She said
South Africa. New Zealand. Russia. That's it? We did well. Thank you. So for those of you listening on Mayapur TV, we are represented by probably 25 countries just simply here in the room. Just in the room for this Bhagavatam class in Sridham Mayapur. So Prabhupada established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and he called it this. In 1966, he called it the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, when all it was a handful of boys and girls from New York City. But yet, the New York group of people chanting Hare Krishna, no, it didn't work. The guys from the Bowery and the girls from the Bowery that like to be around a Swami, no, that didn't work. Prabhupada said the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And here we are, some 53 years later, and we certainly are the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Prabhupada had it all the time. Okay. Om Jnanatiram Dasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunamitan Ganya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stabicham Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dadati Swapadantikam. Thank you. Oh, I almost forgot. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, so the word for word, Vishvam, the entire cosmic manifestation. Yate Tat, containing all moving and non-moving creations. Svatana, within your body. Nisha Ante, at the time of devastation. Yata Abakasam, shelter in your body without difficulty. Purushaha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Paraha, transcendental. Bhavan, your lordship. Bibarti, keep. Saha, that Supreme Personality of Godhead. I am this form. Mama, my. Garbhaga, came within my womb. Abut, it so happened. Aho, alas. Nirlokosya, within this material world of living entities. Vidambanam, it is impossible to think of. He, indeed, tat, that kind of conception. Translation, by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. At the time of devastation, the entire cosmos containing all created moving and non-moving entities enters your transcendental body and is held there without difficulty. But now this transcendental form has taken birth from my womb. People will not be able to believe this, and I shall become an object of ridicule. So, before I get to the purport, I just wanted to elaborate on a story that I mentioned in Navina Narada Prabhu's class a couple days ago about anxiety. And right now we can see Devaki is in a lot of anxiety. She's seeing all the different levels that she can be in an anxiety. People are going to make fun of me. They're going to think I'm a crazy person. I'm saying, yes, the Supreme Personality is my little baby. They probably heard that a few other times from crazy people. But no, Devaki's going to be telling the truth. But still, she's in a lot of anxiety about that. So anxiety. So I was telling a story, and I gave the condensed brief version. I'm going to give you a little more elaborate version this time. In Toronto, devotees have been searching for a temple for many, many years. And they finally came upon a place. It was a church, and the people in the church were moving, and they were tired of this particular building, so they put it up for sale. Sale price of this church, $500,000. We're 1975 in America. $500,000 is a lot of money. A lot of money. So the devotees were like, this is fantastic. They've looked at it and thought this would be perfect for a temple. They approached Srila Prabhupada and said, Srila Prabhupada, we found a place in Toronto. We think it would be perfect. And Prabhupada started inquiring. But first he said, how much are they asking? The devotee said, $500,000, Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada says, that is a lot of money. We don't want to purchase anxiety. That is not our business. We are simply trying to remember Krishna, not focus on how to make money to pay for a temple. It has a temple room suitable for us? Oh yes, Srila Prabhupada. It was a church. There's a large area. It could be a wonderful temple room. Again, Prabhupada, we don't want to purchase anxiety. That is not our business. There's a place for people to stay, the brahmacharis? Oh yes, Srila Prabhupada. There are rooms already there, Srila Prabhupada. Still, we don't want to purchase anxiety, Srila Prabhupada said. There's a place for prasadam, a kitchen? Oh yes, Srila Prabhupada. But the devotee gave up at that particular stage. Okay, Srila Prabhupada, well maybe when you come to Toronto in a few weeks, this was in Los Angeles, the devotee approached him. When you come to Toronto in a few weeks, you can see this building. We will show it to you. Prabhupada says, yes, yes, we will see. So a few weeks goes by, Srila Prabhupada arrives in Toronto. Now from the airport to the temple that was, Prabhupada says, can you show me this building? Obviously, Srila Prabhupada had been meditating on it. They went inside, they saw the building, and sure enough, it was as described to Srila Prabhupada. This building was perfect. An old church, suitable for a temple, perfect for a temple. Prabhupada is very pleased that they had found this building. He said again, how much are they asking for this? The devotee said, 500,000, Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada says, it is located, very nice place. Oh yes, Srila Prabhupada, it's right on the main road. We will get people passing by all the time. Prabhupada says, how much money do you have? The temple president says, we have $40,000, Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada says, could you raise another 60? The devotee says, well, 60,000, that's a lot of money. But, you know, if you want us, we can try. And then Srila Prabhupada turned to Brahmananda and said, Brahmananda, how much money is in the BBT? And Brahmananda says, we have about 200 and some thousand. Prabhupada says, give them 200,000. Brahmananda says, we have never given anybody that kind of money. Prabhupada says, we will offer them $300,000. Devotees are like, whoa, okay. So they're still inside looking at this church. They're walking around the church, and they notice there's a few of the old Christian preachers still around. They see a table with some books on it. Prabhupada looks at one of the books. He says, ask them if we can purchase one of these books. The devotee picks up a book and says, what does God look like? So the devotee said, can we buy this book from you? And the preacher said, no, you can have it. Just take it. So they get in the car and drive off. Prabhupada says to the devotee, read some of this book. He starts reading it and realizes this is going nowhere. Prabhupada says, they don't have a clue. They're just bluffing. So negotiations go through. They take it. They take the offer of 300,000. But Prabhupada says, tell them we will put a picture of Jesus Christ on the altar next to Krishna. That sounds pretty liberal, right? Prabhupada tells them they could put a picture of Jesus Christ on the altar. But the Christians say, no, don't worry about it. Just give us the 300,000. We're fine with that. We want out of here. So the deal looks like it's going through. And then the devotees are like, but Prabhupada, you said we shouldn't be purchasing anxiety. Why are we doing this? Why are we even making this offer? Prabhupada said, there must be anxiety. If we don't have anxiety, we will simply eat, take prasadam, and sit around and get fat. So Prabhupada switched from one thing, no, we don't want anxiety, to there must be anxiety. So that is our mood. We must be anxiety. We must be stressing. How do we please the spiritual master? How do we please Krishna? How do we please the devotees? We must be anxiety. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. As explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita, loving service to the personality of Godhead is of two different kinds. Aishvarya Purna, full of opulence, and Aishvarya Sitila, without opulence. Real love of Godhead begins with Aishvarya Sitila, simply on the basis of pure love. Now from Brahma Samhita 5:38, you can sing along with me. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Sandasa Daiva Hridayeshu Valokayanti Jamshama Sundaramachinta Gunaswarupam Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Pure devotees whose eyes are anointed with the ointment of prema, love, want to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Shyam Sundara, Murlidhar, with a flute swaying in his two hands. This is the form available to the inhabitants of Vrindavan, who are all in love with the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Shyam Sundar, not as Lord Vishnu. Narayan, who is worshipped in Vaikuntha, where the devotees admire his opulence. Although Devaki is not on the Vrindavan platform, she is near the Vrindavan platform. On the Vrindavan platform, the mother of Krishna is Mother Yashoda. And on the Mathura and Dwarka platform, the mother of Krishna is Devaki. In Mathura and Dwarka, the love for the Lord is mixed with appreciation of his opulence. But in Vrindavan, the opulence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not exhibited. There are 5 stages of loving service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead: Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. Devaki is on the platform of Vatsalya. She wanted to deal with her eternal son Krishna in that stage of love, and therefore she wanted the Supreme Personality of Godhead to withdraw his opulent form of Vishnu. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur illuminates this fact very clearly in his explanation of this verse. Bhakti, Bhagavan, and Bhakta do not belong to the material world. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 14:26. Mam choya vibhacharena bhakti jogena sevate sagudan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. One who engages in the spiritual activities of unalloyed devotional service immediately transcends the modes of material nature and is elevated to the spiritual platform. From the very beginning of one's transactions in bhakti, one is situated on the transcendental platform. That's a very important point. Think about that one. From the very beginning of your journey on this path, you are situated on the transcendental platform. It's like the platform. Prabhupada's pulling the train up, the ISKCON train, and we get on the transcendental platform to enter onto this train. Vasudeva and Devaki, therefore, being situated in a completely pure devotional state, are beyond this material world. and are not subject to material fear. In the transcendental world, however, because of pure devotion, there is a similar conception of fear which is due to intense love. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktya mam abhijananti yavan yashchasmi tatvata. And as confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhaktyaham ekaya graya. Without bhakti, one cannot understand the spiritual situation of the Lord. Bhakti may be considered in three stages called Guni Bhakta, Guni Bhuta, Pradhani Bhuta, and Kevala. And according to these stages, there are three divisions which are called Jnana, Jnanamayi, and Rati, or Prema. That is simple knowledge, love mixed with knowledge, and pure love. By simple knowledge, one can perceive transcendental bliss without variety. This perception is called Manabhuti. When one comes to the stage of Jnanamayi, one realizes that the transcendental opulences of the personality of Godhead. When one reaches pure love, one realizes the transcendental form of the Lord as Lord Krishna or Lord Rama. This is what is wanted. Especially in the Madhurya Ras, one becomes attached to the personality of Godhead, Shri Vigraha Nishta Rupadi. Then loving transactions between the Lord and the devotee begin. The special significance of Krishna's bearing a flute in his hands in Vrajabhumi Vrindavan is described as Madhuri Virajite. The form of the Lord with a flute in his hands is most attractive, and the one who is most sublimely attracted is Srimati Radharani, Radhika. She enjoys supremely blissful association with Krishna. Sometimes people cannot understand why Radhika's name is not mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, however, Radhika can be understood from the word Aradhana, which indicates that she enjoys the highest loving affairs with Krishna. Not wanting to be ridiculed for having given birth to Vishnu, Devaki wanted Krishna with two hands, and therefore she requested the Lord to change his form. So I already did the Om Jnana thing. Okay. So this purport Prabhupada gave to this verse, he quotes two verses from Bhagavad Gita, one from Brahma Samhita, and one from Srimad Bhagavatam. And there is one word that is in all four of these shlokas. Did anybody catch what it was? Bhakti. Thank you. What is there? About 70 people here. One person was listening. Okay. That's not good odds, but we'll take it. Thank you. He said it in the back. There's two. Very good. So basically I could say anything and everyone's just going to be sleeping and daydreaming at the time, right? Okay. So bhakti, that's what it's all about. Now I got a good one for you here. Because we have authorities in this spiritual world. And we have authorities in this material world. And one of our authorities in this material world is Wikipedia. Are there any arguments about that? We all trust Wikipedia. We put our full faith in Wikipedia. Well, Wikipedia describes bhakti as, bhakti literally means attachment, participation, fondness for, homage, faith, love, devotion, worship, and purity. It was originally used in Hinduism, referring to devotion and love for a personal god in small g, or a represental god with a small g by a devotee. So basically they are telling us the correct answer. It means devotion or love. Now, we totally get that without performing devotional service, we don't get God. We don't understand who He is. We need that devotional service. And the whole idea of this Krishna conscious movement is to help us develop love for God. Now, I don't know about you, But I find it very difficult, especially as a new devotee, and I basically feel like a new devotee, to understand Krishna yet. I don't quite get Krishna. But what I can a little bit understand is my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. Now, Srila Prabhupada, he taught us how to love. And we needed to learn how to love. The word love, as you know, in the material world, it gets thrown around by us all the time. Hey, I love that dhoti. I love my scooter. I love prasadam. I love that you shaved your head. We say love about just about, I love my wife. I love my girlfriend. I love going for long walks. Is that real love? Is all this love? Love is all around. Now, in the material world, we hear songs describing love, and they almost get it right. That's the best part about it. You are my stars, you are my moon, you are my everything. It could be a Krishna conscious song, but it isn't. Because they don't have the right connection. It's so close, so close. I love the way you walk, I love your eyes, I love everything about you. Another Krishna conscious song. No, wait, it isn't. It's not a Krishna conscious song. It's written by some guy who has not a clue what he's talking about. But yet we hear all these amazing songs about love. Love is all around me. Make love, not war. That was a big one when I was a teenager. Make love, not war. Turn on, tune in, drop out. This is the kind of stuff that was inside of me before I became a devotee. This was our motto. This is what life was all about. Make love, not war. Tune in, turn on, drop out. What a bunch of garbage that is being given to everybody. No wonder it's so hard to preach. People are filled with all this nonsense. It just completely absorbs your whole consciousness. We are just being totally driven away from Krishna. Now comes this Swami from India, 1965, 1966, and he's saying, forget everything you know. It's all a lot of bunk. It means nothing to you. That's not who you are. I'll tell you, the first time I came in contact with a devotee, I was not a searcher. I could care less about spiritual life. I really didn't think anything about it. I was into me. Me life. It's all about me. Let's glorify me. Let's talk about me. Everybody should love me. That was me. Or so I thought it was. It wasn't me. A devotee stopped me. Why did I even stop for this guy? Well, because he was my best friend in high school, who I hadn't seen for a couple years. I thought Hare Krishnas were freaks. I really did. I thought all you people were from another planet. Like, who the heck shaves their heads and wears sheets? Why would you do that? Why would you wear sheets when you could wear really cool clothes and have beautiful long hair? Why would you do this? So these freaks, I used to see them on the street and I would walk right by. And sometimes I'd go on the other side of the street. I want nothing to do with these guys. They're just too weird. I wouldn't even listen. But I did see a friend from high school. He tricked me. He was wearing regular clothes. He had a baseball hat on and he stopped me with a candy. Who doesn't want a candy? I had the candy. And then he started to talk to me. Now this is where the hard part comes. I didn't have a clue. I'm still talking to him. Like, hey, Larry, what are you all about? What are you doing? You're doing something. You're handing out candy. You got a bag. All right. He pulls this magazine out. He hands it to me. It's called Back to Godhead. What a weird name for a magazine. What the heck is Back to Godhead? I understand Time, Life, Sports Illustrated. I love Sports Illustrated. But Back to Godhead? What kind of magazine is that? And I looked at the bottom. It says the magazine of the Hare Krishna movement. I said, what? The Hare Krishna movement? No way. Well, sure enough, he lifted his baseball cap. He had one of these things. A shaved head. I got tricked. All right, but I know he's not crazy because he was my best friend. If he's crazy, then I'm crazy because he was my best friend. So I look at the magazine. He starts telling me about it. Now, this is the hard thing. I got the magazine. I started to tremble. I'm shaking, holding the magazine, like, what is going on here? He starts explaining the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. Now I'm starting to feel really scared. Scared and really stupid. Stupid for spending 21 years of my life thinking, I am God. And I'm not even close to it. Well, I am a little bit now. He tells me I'm a spark. I'm a little, minuscule little spark. 1/10,000th the size of a tip of a hair? Come on, I'm 6'2". Can't you see? No, you're 1/10,000th the size of the tip of the hair. How do I accept this? This is just too hard. But I did, because it made sense. It made a whole lot of sense. To cut that story short, and I'll tell it another part another time. I like to save it. Moved into the temple on a Friday. Friday afternoon, after I got shaved up, there's no procedure like it is now where you have to qualify to put on this brahmachari clothes. You have to qualify to get your head shaved. No. They sat me down, took my suitcase, and shaved me up the minute I walked in the door. I guess they knew they had a live wire. Let's get them quick, sit down. Somebody distracted me, they were talking to me. Next thing you know, I see all my beautiful hair lying on the ground next to me. Okay, I can deal with this. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be a devotee. They say to me, do you want to go out on book distribution? Book distribution, Sankirtan. Still, you're not making any sense. What is this? Oh, we go out, we distribute some of these books, we hand out a little candy, we talk to people, you collect a little money. It pleases the spiritual master. It's called devotional service. And now I'm thinking, devotional service, pleasing the spiritual master, it's kind of like your ticket back to Godhead. Bhakti? Whoa. Can I do this? You're darn right I can do this. They give me my little bucket of candies. They give me a bag full of books I've never seen before. And out I go. I'm in a van with 5 other guys who I don't know. I get dropped off by myself. Hey, I just joined yesterday, you know. Come on. I haven't read any of the books. Well, maybe one, but here, it's easy. Just approach people. Not a big problem. It's devotional service. You'll go back to Godhead by doing this. I want to go back to Godhead. I read that whole magazine. I want that. I want that. So I'll do it. Devotional service. Here I go. Sankirtan. Book distribution. Well, that's what got me started 44 years ago, and it's kind of still Sankirtan, book distribution. What a lively bunch you are. Thank you. See, it kills it if I have to tell you to do it. Golly. So anyway, I'm doing this book distribution thing. You know, and I'm pulling books out I've never seen, I've never read. People are saying, I'm reading the cover, Perfection of Yoga. Is this about yoga? Well, that's what the cover says, doesn't it? Elevation to other planets. Is this something like a space program? Sure is. Absolutely. Now here's the kicker. Where they drop me off. By myself. Remember that. By myself. Just joined the temple the day before. Dropped me off by myself, Hare Krishna, shaved up, books I don't understand, books I've never read, and they drop me off in my old neighborhood. My own neighborhood. Friends, high school buddies, relatives, neighbors. Hey, Joe, what are you doing? Well, because I just joined, you can imagine the kind of enthusiasm I got. I'm a Hare Krishna! They're like, Joe, are you okay? Well, he's always been kind of an excitable guy, but a Hare Krishna? I said, yeah, come on. I want to go back to Godhead, don't you? Like, what's back to Godhead? I'm so glad you asked. Here. I had so much fun that day. I was on fire. So many people I knew, people I didn't know, people who didn't want to know me. I didn't care. I was pumped up. Devotional service, bhakti. It's what it's all about. It's why we're here. It's why we're all gathered together to do this service. Bhakti. And I started to develop this love. I was loving what Srila Prabhupada was offering me by doing this devotional service. He said I could go back to Godhead simply by following some rules, chant a little Hare Krishna, and do a little devotional service. It was so blissful. Well, let me tell you, when we got back to the temple, the next morning they tallied up the book scores, which I didn't know at the time, but it's kind of like a big deal in the temples. They made a big deal of it because it was Saturday, big day, everybody stayed out late. Sunday, nobody went out. So Sunday, we had our little Sankirtan meeting. They're reading out the book scores. And I'm not quite in tune with what's going on, but you know what? It's a lot of fun. Everybody's cheering and pumped up, and I kind of like that. I used to play sports, a lot of sports. So I love this kind of rah, let's go. Come on, guys, let's do this. Yeah, that was me. I loved it. So that's what we're doing in the temple room. Everyone's getting so pumped up. They're reading out the scores. They're starting with the lowest and going to the highest. I didn't hear my name. I'm like waiting. Come on, I know I gave out a lot of those little books. I know I did. And I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. And finally they get up to number 3 in the temple. Still, I didn't hear my name. Come on. Maybe they forgot me. But number 2, Bhakta Joe. Come on, it was a big temple. There was a lot of, it wasn't like there was just 2 or 3 of us. There was 25 people going out. I came in second. Been a devotee one day, I came in second in the temple, and of course they love me. This guy's great. Keep him. Give him some ma. Yeah, sure, whatever. I love this stuff. Thank you. But the funny thing is I'm sitting there, I'm Joe. Remember, everybody knows Joe, that was my name, Joe. Really stupid name, Joe. And when they said my name, everybody went, Jai! And I thought, no, Joe! Why are they saying Jai? It's Joe. But they kept saying it, Jai! 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 So I'm absolutely loving this devotional service. The nectar from distributing Srila Prabhupada's books. Wow. It was just ecstatic. I fell in love with the service. It's the most ecstatic feeling, knowing that Srila Prabhupada is pleased by these Sankirtan book scores. And he still is pleased by these Sankirtan book scores. There's nothing more pleasing to him. Now, one time, Srila Prabhupada was sitting in a room full of Sankirtan devotees. Oh, the cream of the crop, the best of the best, the biggest distributors, all sitting around Srila Prabhupada. And they asked Srila Prabhupada, what service pleases you the most? And of course, everyone was just sitting, hanging, waiting for Prabhupada to say it. Come on, say it, and we will let out the biggest cheer you've ever heard. What pleases you the most, Srila Prabhupada? And Srila Prabhupada says that you develop love of God. Okay. It's not book distribution like we were hoping for, but love of God's pretty cool. Jai! Haribol. But how do you get that love of God? By doing devotional service, not just book distribution, although it is the best service. But who said that? And of course, everyone should do a little book distribution. Everybody at home, everybody here. We should all be doing a little preaching. We should all be doing a little book distribution. It gives you the nectar. Devotional service helps build and opens up your heart so that you can love Krishna. How else are we going to love Krishna? Prabhupada says an academic degree won't get it done. It doesn't get it done. We need devotional service. We need love. And the way to develop it is to follow the example of all the wonderful devotees who are preachers, who are out there risking their self-esteem, their false ego, because it will get smashed. It does get smashed. Doesn't it, Navina Narada? Doesn't your false ego get a little bit smashed out there? Little bit. Radha Kun Mataji. Some of these devotees have been distributing for more years than you people have been on the planet. That's kind of amazing, isn't it? Just amazing. And still they're doing it. And you want to get some nectar, approach one of these great souls. Mataji's, that's Radha Kun Mataji back there. The Lone Ranger in her mask. Only she knows what the Lone Ranger is. You guys don't know what that is. And Navina Narada. I think you are like the number 2, is that correct? All-time distribution of books? I read that somewhere. You know, like maybe you've passed, I don't know if he still goes. But people who distribute this nectar get the nectar. And that's one of the keys. If you want to get nectar, if you want to get love of Godhead, you must give it. And you give it by becoming a preacher. So please, follow the path that Srila Prabhupada has laid out for us. We get the credit. We get the nectar if we simply follow what Srila Prabhupada has given us by becoming a preacher. So easy for Srila Prabhupada just to stay in Vrindavan. Would have been very easy for him. I don't know how many are here. Well, I know we have a couple people. I'm pretty close to 69, 70 years old. Imagine taking up and going to a foreign country where you don't know the culture, you don't know what's going on, but you have this desire. This deep desire to please your spiritual master, to please Mahaprabhu. You're in anxiety about it. Nothing is going to stop you. Heart attacks, strokes, doesn't matter. People stealing your things, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what hardship. You're going to keep preaching. Nothing will stop you. That must be our mood. Nothing should ever stop us to please our spiritual master, to please the devotees, and to please Krishna. Thank you very much for your attention. Hare Krishna. And I must confess, that wasn't what I was going to talk about today. I have notes that have nothing to do with what I just said. What can you do? Somehow or other, Krishna told me to talk like that. So does anybody want to make a comment or question or throw some tomatoes or something?
What happened to your friend? Did he come? Did he join the temple? Is he still around?
Next question, please. No. He's not. Anybody else? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for all the enthusiasm. I was thinking about you were telling us about a little of this that some people listen to, and then I was thinking, what should we think about that? About this? Because some devotees don't feel it's a problem to listen to karmic music or non-devotional culture. I'm just wondering.
Okay, I have a feeling those devotees may tell you that they don't think it's a problem, but would they tell their spiritual master that? You know? Hey, I listen to the radio, that's okay, isn't it? And you think they're going to get the response, sure, not a problem. It's pretty obvious what is and what isn't Krishna conscious. That's not Krishna conscious. Well, I watched a movie the other day. It didn't have any dirty scenes in it. It didn't have any cursing, so it's not bad, right? What do you think? Is it bad or is it not bad? There's such a fine line. Not. It's very black and white. It's very black and white. But admit it. Be honest. Hey, I'm still attached to the material world. I still like these things. I'm just going to keep doing them until I outgrow them or, you know, I get hit over the head with a piano or something. It's like, be honest. Be honest with yourself. It's Maya. It's Maya's trick. You could be reading Bhagavatam, but instead I'm listening to the radio. Is there a difference there? There's a big difference, right? It's a huge difference. So it's pretty obvious. Even the question itself, I mean, you know the answer. And unfortunately, the person who is telling you that doesn't. Or doesn't want to know the answer.
And how about, how should we deal with, I'm teaching kids, right? I'm teaching kids.
Yes.
So I was thinking, some of them feel that it's too much fanatism, and how we can deal with this, not to scare them too much.
Right. It's interesting you said that, because I feel, this is just me personally, I feel that if we present this Krishna consciousness in a way that's appealing to them, just like it's appealing to us, we like it. We like it. Because, and we can give reasons. I love kirtan, I love the association of devotees, I love prasadam, I like talking to people about Krishna. So we get those things. So what is a young child going to like? If it feels like you're forcing them to do it, they're not going to enjoy it. But if you make it fun, if Krishna consciousness becomes fun, if there's smiling, there's laughter, there's camaraderie, you're all doing the same thing, you're all having a good time, Hare Krishna, you're doing like that, let's take some prasadam, yeah, this is really good stuff. When you start putting the enjoyment and keeping the enjoyment in it, it's not going to fade away. It's always going to be there. And so they will have that structure of kirtan's a blast. Don't tell me that this karmi music is better. It's not. I love chanting Hare Krishna. I love being with all my buddies here who are all chanting Hare Krishna. You can have fun being a devotee. Living proof. I absolutely have the best time being a devotee. It is the best thing in the world is being a devotee. If there's something better, please tell me. If there's something more fun than being a devotee, tell me. I'll do it. I couldn't find it. I still can't find it. There's nothing better than knowing you're on the path back to Godhead. There's nothing better. You can't tell me that listening to music that just is so boring you can't handle it a month after you hear the song. You can't tell me that that's better than the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which we've all been chanting for 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5 years. We've all been chanting this mantra every single day, and we still enjoy it. Make it fun for the kids. That's the key. Make it fun. Don't make it so it's like, okay, now we're going to chant some kirtan. Okay, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I mean, if it's like, oh, God. But if you make it like, come on, let's chant some Hare Krishna, all right? Who's playing the mridanga? Who's got the cartels? Vasudev! You love chanting Hare Krishna, don't you? Yes. He's a young guy. He likes chanting Hare Krishna. Make it fun. Anybody else? Perfect. Oh, Gopi Chandra.
What about the temple in Nalanda? How much pay devotee?
They paid $300,000 for it. It's all paid off. Is that what you're asking? It's all paid off. They paid for it. They got the money. Krishna supplies. He always supplies. He always supplies. I'll tell you a quick one. We were in Sydney, Australia, and the place we were renting, the guy decided to sell it. He says, I'll sell it to you. I'll give you a fair price, but you got to come up with the money within 6 months. And it was a lot of money. It was like a ridiculous amount of money. But we said, you know what, let's do this. Let's do this. We want this building. It's perfect for us. We've been here. We're established. And we went on a 6-month marathon. But the last month was like ridiculous. We had so much fun making, collecting, doing whatever we were doing. It was just a blast. And we got the temple. And it was like a time in my life I'll never forget. I can remember almost every day so clear. It was such ecstasy. And you talk to the devotees who were doing the Chaitanya Charitamrita marathon. The ecstasy that they all felt. You don't sleep, you don't eat hardly, you don't sleep hardly. Everything's just like on the back burner. Your only goal is, we got to get this temple, we got to do this. And that's probably a little bit of what the devotees did in Toronto. But I know we did it in Sydney, and we purchased the building. It seemed like it was impossible. But Prabhupada said, impossible is a word in a fool's dictionary. Depend on Krishna. So that's what we did. Anybody else? It's 10 after, whatever. Oh, Radha Kun Mataji. Give her the mic. She's not going to blast it out.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for the class. This was a really awesome point that you brought up about how Srila Prabhupada has spread this movement all over the world. He was in New York City in that park talking to the old man in the very beginning, saying that we have centers all over the world. Srila Prabhupada was Trikalagal. Yeah. He knew the past, the present, and the future. So we have to understand that we're eternally indebted to Srila Prabhupada. What an awesome thing he did. He spread this all over the world. And he still is spreading this movement. My husband and I collected $108,000. I mean, $1,008. And we gave it to Srila Prabhupada. And he gave it to the BBT. He wrote to Tamal Krishna Maharaj that when I go to Gujarat to open up centers, I will use this money. And when we read this letter 40 years later, we understood that, wow, we thought that we opened all these centers in Gujarat. But actually, Srila Prabhupada is doing everything even today in our ISKCON movement.
Awesome, thank you.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Can I tell you a $108,000 story? Since you mentioned that, Guru Kripa was collecting money in Japan for Krishna Balaram Temple in Vrindavan, and he brought in a suitcase, an attaché case, with $108,000 in it. Popped open the suitcase, showed it to Srila Prabhupada. He said, Prabhupada, $108,000 in here. And Prabhupada said, 109 would have been better. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Book Distribution ki jai. Gaur Premanande. Haribol.